Hello. Okay, quick test, and here we are for our second best of 3. It will be a Filipino standoff of the PGL Open. Okay, the winner of this will play against Mineski. So let's begin. A Filipino standoff between XctN versus HappyFeet. My name is Hades, and joining me, my favorite Australian racist friend, Godot.
Not this again.
Alright, okay. I'll leave it to you. Unless you change that stereotype, that really bad image I have of you, dude.
Dude, I'm so innocent. What the hell?
Oh, sorry. Wait,
I don't even swear.
Did someone say putting tanks in the mall? Was that you just now?
No.
Was it you?
Well, you gotta put some tanks in the mall. That's legit, man. That's legit.
Oh, was it you who said that Bobo equals to handsome?
No?
Are you sure, Darcy? I'm pretty sure it was you, but okay.
Pretty sure, bro.
Enough of our pretty lame C jokes, but okay. XctN versus HappyFeet. What are you expecting from, this series?
I'm not too sure, actually. I know HappyFeet didn't change too much. Obviously XctN as well is about the same. But again, two Filipino teams going at it. They'd probably know each other probably the best in these teams, these C teams that are playing. So it'll be pretty interesting. We do see a Spirit Breaker being picked up in the first phase, which is not very common, but coming from HappyFeet, pretty standard openers, Night Stalker and Necro. I think these are pretty much the tier 1 heroes as well, to be honest. They're probably one of the best position 4 heroes, the Night Stalker, and Necro just a very contested pick normally.
For sure, and I'm just excited to see from the first pick Puck alone, because I think do you remember at the C how we talked about saying how pretty much any Filipino player, if you want to be recognized as a Filipino player, you have to be a good Puck player.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
And I mean, you also remember at that same regional qualifiers, I think we casted that game where I think it was Bimbo playing. Was it Bimbo? Was it RR? Bimbo was right. He was playing on the puck and he absolutely destroyed that lane. But then again, this hero can always go mid. I mean, we see Gabby. You guys already know the highlights, the OD Pixel clip. That's the one where Gabby, and combine that with a Spirit Breaker, things are gonna get very chaotic. And this is, these are some of the picks which I like to see in Filipino Dota, because I find that these guys, I find their culture is their Dota culture really aggressive. It's really entertaining to watch as well.
Yeah, and I think as well the main factor why the Filipino teams prioritize puck so much is the fact that they can play it in most lanes, middle and off lane especially, and they're all specialized in playing puck. Even in Warcraft 3 Dota, they used to play puck already at that point. So they have a lot of experience with this hero, they really know it inside out, so why not pick something that they're very comfortable on, and it's a great hero in general as well.
Alright, so there we go. Bloodseeker comes out as well. Okay, I don't know, I see Bloodseeker after Spirit Breaker, the first thing which comes to my mind is Ruptured Charge. Imagine if the Bloodseeker went to HappyFeet, that is.
Bloodseeker is quite nice against Night Stalker here. There isn't really a hero that's been picked out, as into counter, especially with the Rupture. But it is pretty nifty against Night Stalker. The thing is, you don't really necessarily use the Rupture against Night Stalker in fights, unless it's early into the game where you just want to really get a kill at the start. So generally Bloodseeker is picked into lineups that need to be mobile. Heroes like Troll, for example, is very vulnerable against Rupture since you need to actually move in and get hits off, but Bloodseeker's Rupture denies that.
I just think that
Rubik comes up.
I just think that Rupture's overall spell is really good against melee cores, especially since you want to keep his Fen in place, you want to keep a Lifestealer in place, and because it's pure damage, it's really good at just forcing a hero who's popped their ult to just stay there, be a good boy. And alright, Rubik comes in, so are they anticipating something like a Veno perhaps? But oh no, that's been taken out, because I see the Rubik pick, I think of Nullfield. Yeah, first ban. So
yeah, I'm just surprised the Bloodseeker came out so early, despite the fact there isn't really a hero that is countering in a sense. And revealing the pick so early means that the enemy can pick heroes that can avoid playing around the Rupture. So as you can see, Rasta now being picked up. One of the reasons I guess they left they picked the Bloodseeker in the third phase is that they can pick the Rasta, which is a more greedier type support, and not get punished by potentially an aggro trial lane or whatnot. But regardless, HappyFeet, I mean, if they go for an aggro trialing, they have to contest into a Spirit Breaker, which is not ideal. It's potentially one of the stronger level 1 position 5 or 4 hero currently.
And okay, I just really like the support duo in general because I mean it's very balanced. It seems textbook, but I like the Spirit Breaker because you know it's just the hero which creates chaos in the map. And Shadow Shaman at the same time, like you said, a bit greedier support. He's almost like a greedy 5, isn't he? Like, I'm not sure if you've seen Shadow Shaman with an Ether Lens.
I would consider him a 4 these days, especially with the Spirit Breaker. Like, a Spirit Breaker does fit the role as a position 4. Yeah, okay. Exactly. Like, generally the Spirit Breaker fits a role as a 4 in terms of how they play it, but it's not really a 4. It's a 5 more than a 4.
Okay.
It just doesn't farm. It doesn't have the spells to keep up and farm, and he's just constantly on the move as well. And he doesn't necessarily need many items to be effective. He just needs a few levels. Whereas the Raster with some items is very useful.
Oh, and now the Ember comes out. Okay, how do you feel about this Ember pick? Is it?
Like, against Bloodseeker, it's one of those heroes that doesn't get affected because his ultimate allows him to move away, not being affected by Rupture. Searing Chains with his W combo as well can get into the fight or set up fights without even being targeted by the let's say the Rupture and the Spirit Breaker charge. Let's say the Spirit Breaker charge charges the Ember, he can just slide a fist and dodge it, he can ulti dodge it, but against the Puck and Raster obviously is a little more difficult. It's a great overall pick playing around the SB and the Bloodseeker early game.
I'm just concerned about who is going to be taking care of the Serpent Wards. Like, the Rubik and Necro, yeah, they're the ranged heroes, but they don't take care of the Serpent Wards quick, you know what I mean? So, in that time, I feel like the Serpent Wards could be a really big factor, not just in sieging as well, but even for team fights, which, you know, it's pretty much why you see, like, this hero has replaced Lion. But, yeah, I can see all the points you made, and I totally agree with it. So, what do you feel that XctN is lacking right now? Like, do they put this puck into the offlane? Do they give it to Bimbo? Or do you want to, like, pick something else for Bimbo?
At this point, we should assume it's a Bloodseeker carry. The puck, obviously, as you said, it's either an offlane or middle here. I think at this point it would probably be an offlane puck. It's not too bad against the Necro Rubik lane already to begin with, because he can always avoid the Death Pulse, and at the same time he can trade hits against the Rubik easily. But that being said, they also have the Spirit Breaker to help him out at level 1 in the off lane, whereas the Bloodseeker carry can play on its own generally with the Raster, since Bloodseeker is a very self-sustainable and strong carry hero on its own. So it should be a mid hero that they will pick, and potentially a hero that can siege from afar, some potential ranged hero, maybe, because right now they can't really siege towers aside from the Serpent Wards. But HappyFeet at the same time doesn't really have, like you said, an answer for the Serpent Wards, so it would be a little difficult to say what hero they want here.
Okay, I feel like the Necro is going to the safe lane, and alright, Monk, wow, okay, hold that thought, I could be completely wrong here. Necro could be actually going into the off lane, and the Visage. Visage mid?
Is this a Visage mid? I hope so.
Bimbo's playing.
I really hope so.
No, Bimbo's playing the Visage. This could be a... Oh wow, what?
Yeah, I agree.
What is happening?
Their roles changed though.
They
Unless they're swapping. They could swap as well.
They could. So, okay, who are we missing? Is this Lumic on the off lane? Oh no, Lumic's playing on the Spirit Breaker, or on the Shadow Shaman, so... Gabby, Puck, Raging Potato on Visage, and James on the Bloodseeker. So, is Gabby playing off lane?
Well, has Bimbo been playing middle ever since TI? Because I know in the very last game when they got eliminated at TI, James was playing offlane, Clock, and Raging Potato, aka Bimbo, was playing the Shadow Fiend middle. So I'm not sure if they kept with the same roles since then, or they changed it up completely, which means Gabby would be in the offlane, James in the carry role, and Bimbo maybe middle. Not too sure.
Could be that. Okay, now they're swapping the heroes around. So James is playing the puck mid, which makes more sense, but...
Yeah?
Just wow.
So maybe it's a carry. Maybe... No, actually this doesn't still make that much sense.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, actually, no, that's right. It's puck off lane, never mind. Yeah, so they would have reverted and kept the same roles.
I thought James played
mid. They changed it. They changed it at the very last game when they lost at TI. They put Bimbo on middle and James in the off lane. So maybe they've kept the same roles ever since then. I think that makes a lot of sense though.
Okay,
but it's a bit weird putting James on off lane, I felt.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it, but this is really because I remember you said that James is usually the one who plays in the carry or the mid, but I think they just figured this is what works out because James is a really aggressive player. I remember you talking about his Tinker, like most players wouldn't make a move. He did, but he dived him all the way like from what I remember they dived him here all the way inside there, and you're saying that he makes the plays which no one dares to make. You remember that Tinker play, right? Like and he had no vision. He just went for the kill. He was bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it looks like it is a Visage middle here. He's got the mid items, the null, the double tango pull from his support, and James has got the off lane.
Does this make you happy to see a Visage core?
No. I mean, I really like Visage mid. I think it's so strong right now. But I don't like putting James on the off lane here. It looks like he's going to be playing in the safe lane though. Yeah, he's going to go to the safe lane, but I'm not too sure if he's actually going to be playing as the position 3 or the position 2 at this point.
It just feels
I do like the draft, however.
I do, and it just kind of feels like they're just trying to shake things up with the lanes because, then again, because these Filipino teams, they know each other really, really well. So once in a while they do this, which is, let's just call it like the exclusive Filipino treatment. I mean, it kind of is to a certain extent because right now the lanes are so versatile that I don't see this being played against other C teams, but it's just only in a Filipino standoff between these two teams. Especially, I mean, Jules, he played on Mineski with these guys. Jesse Vash was kind of their coach for a while. These guys all know each other extremely well.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go. So
it looks like it's going to be an MK position.
Position 1?
Well, it's a carry MK, right? But they just swapped their lanes here. And then we've got the Necro playing safe lane solo.
It makes sense.
And we got a smoke play here, level 1, to try and solo kill this Ember Spirit in the middle lane.
Yash. Alright, there goes the Shackle. Do they have enough
soul
damage?
assumption.
Will be enough. And alright, Darcy, before we get too much into this, whose drop would you favor a bit more? Or would you favor someone's drop one-sided? Maybe the Visage?
I like Execration's lineup more. They do have a lack of physical damage, but the trade-off is they have a lot of teamfight damage, which comes a lot from Soul Assumption. They have the Blood Rage to amplify the damage if he wants to put it on the Visage to keep unleashing it. They have the Puck. Even the Rasta does quite a lot of damage once he has a few items too. So I do like Execration's lineup better here. The only way I see HappyFeet having a good game is if they
top lane. Rappy in some trouble. They have enough, of course, with the Thirst. Should be a kill here. Hello? Oh, maybe not. And the Orb of Venom actually cancelling the South. Lumic in a bit of trouble, and Seeker doesn't want to.
Yeah, he can definitely dive there, and he had Blood Rage as well, so he would have just healed up after one more hit.
Oh, Jesse Vash.
Jesse Vash.
Yep, in some trouble. Jesse Vash. Oh, nice stun. The Monkey King, but actually the toss back, he really just wants to get his core to kill. Oh, the body blocks. James. No, his staff is bigger than yours. Alright, so.
What?
Sorry, what?
You want my?
I don't know. It just came to my mind. I don't know why.
What game am I watching here?
I'm not sure. Are we watching the same game?
No, definitely not. Middle lane though, Jesse Bass trying to grab, but he's too far. Well, they're keen.
Oh no, yeah, they have Jules.
Is this the play? I don't think so.
They have the Sharing Chains. Raging Potato, he has a salve. Going around with the Soul Assumption will cancel the Flame Guard. Charges coming in, so they could be just looking to reload the salve coming up. And they could think about going back into Yash, but Spirit Breaker, who is he charging? Still going into Yash. Yash. No, Spirit Breaker's just here to say hi. But yeah, this is some good stuff. I mean, I like how the lanes are just so active. And one thing I also like to point out is that, Bloodseeker against Necrophos, for example, usually heroes would struggle against the Heartstopper aura. But because he always has the Blood Rage, he's always going to be able to sustain the lane just fine.
Yep, bottom line, a trade-off of kills here. Favoring HappyFeet here since James died out first, but still both supports getting the kills here. Both the position 4s technically as well.
Because support lives matter, and it means RR, he can finally buy boots and have money to by wards as well. Oh, they want to go here into RR, going with another Void, but Monkey King. Alright, who is playing the Monkey again? Who is I'm actually a bit confused with the names. Is that Ben-Hur? Yeah, that's Ben-Hur. Okay, so top lane looks like they are thinking about going into the Bloodseeker again. You know, Jesse Vash just getting a couple of trade hits in. Spirit Breaker actually cancelled it. Oh, he actually got bashed by Roshan. What?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He has no mana as well. Needs clarity up now to actually get another charge off if he decides to do so.
And
but
this
as you
middle
can see,
lane,
the Night Stalker just playing for the bounty runes, taking the enemy bounty runes here.
Oh, he has phase boots
and
ready.
What?
Wow, he's really farmed. Jules is really farmed, and this is going to keep on growing. At the same time, I want to point out that Yaj is suffering a lot in this lane because he's 9-3. Bimbo is 23-10. And I think this is why you would favor the... this is why, Bimbo, you know that he's such a strong laner and most players are afraid to lane against him. Do you remember that Omni Knight thing when he was doing the max degen aura? Total cancer. Like I tried it in my pubs afterwards. That was sick.
Going very good here for
Jesse Vash. Gonna be in some trouble. That Death Pulse is not gonna keep him alive. Okay, nice lift into Jules. But he's gonna get the kill anyways, and Bloodseeker's just gonna run out of this one. Rappy.
There is a Void here.
They want to keep on going. He's just baiting them around. He doesn't have any health. Charge, trying to go into Jules. Bloodseeker still alive. Sunstrike maybe? Okay, never mind. The Death Pulse will kill him. Lumic now looks like trying to save his core. May actually end up paying for it of his life. Oh, nice slow. Coming out the Ghost Shroud. Should be enough damage. Jules gonna attack the tower. And that will be the kill. Jules may actually end up dying to the tower. Maybe not. Okay, no, but Bloodseeker is really, really thirsty right now. Plenty of extra damage. And yeah, we're just seeing tons of action fly around.
Yeah, Bloodseeker going back at top. He's got a lot of speed from the other lanes being low. The Ember Spirit's half HP, so that's where he was getting his speed and damage from. But now he's going to shrine up. Same with Jules. Jules was extremely low as well.
Race car damage. And yeah, so far they've been trying to pressure James as well. But I would say they've somewhat succeeded. But he's still getting pretty decent levels and farm out of this lane. Oh, hold on the lift.
Oh, and he's in trouble now. No orb.
Boundless Strike. Boundless Strike. He doesn't want to use it. Oh, there we go, Ben-Hur. Timing it right. And he has to proc from the Jingu Mastery. One more click will get the kill and plenty of HP back. You have to love Monkey King. Just ever so patient. But Jules, going back for another bounty rune. I feel like there should be a score where they actually count how many bounty runes you still have. Like, how many bounty runes you've taken in a game.
I mean, that would be really handy to see it, like how much the roaming support gets compared to the opposite team. But anyways, Raging Potato now has level 6, he's got his birds, and he can put a lot of pressure. It's going to be extremely hard to lane against this in the early levels, unless you can actually burst him down straight away.
Oh, look at that damage. Getting the burst to stun. Oh, he's going to be okay. Maybe not. Hold on, they have the Searing Chains. Gonna proc it, and there we go, Visage. Probably should be dying here. The birds are actually doing quite a fair bit of damage to Jesse Vash, but no one's dying
just yet. One of them might die. Nope.
Yep, but 3
At least
heroes.
The birds are alive here.
And Jules. Actually. Well, he's really fat.
Top lane here.
Yep, they want to go here onto Rappy. They don't have a Rupture yet.
He's in trouble now.
The Void, the Death Pulse. I bet you wish you had a Reaper Scythe. Oh, will be enough damage. Jules. J-God. Alright, so at the same time, Puck's still gonna get at level 6 quite soon. Monkey King already has a huge edge. I feel very afraid because I'm looking forward to seeing some big Monkey King plays.
I'm just a little worried about this mid lane here. I mean, they have the heroes to burst down the Visage if they commit, let's say, 3 heroes, Night Stalker, Rubik plus the Ember Spirit, but they can't leave the Visage here untouched. The birds are just doing too much damage, and here we go.
With the Soul Assumption. One more hit. There we go. They have the stuns. They can... Right, going in for it.
They do have the stuns of the birds here to reset the fight.
And they will just back off. Alright, so not too much being lost. I'm gonna say this is fun. I mean, we have 11 kills on the board, 8 minutes in. Monkey King is looking really big. He actually chose to go for the treads instead of the face boots this game. I mean, generally, you usually see Monkey Kings go for the face boots, then the extra damage, extra speed. James has to be careful. This Boundless Strike at level 3 is no joke.
Yeah, it's mainly because there's so much burst damage coming from Execration's lineup. There's Soul Assumption, there's obviously their speed constantly charging you into fights, so you need to kind of tank up a little bit. He's got the range drop plus the treads and the magic stick as well, so his effective HP is very high here.
Yash has had a horrible start because he's 23-3, he hasn't even got a bottle yet. He actually went back into a talent, and he's only going to get his bottle like now, 80 minutes and a half in. That's really sad timing for a mid laner. So
yeah, he's been forced to get a talent to jungle because he can't lane into the Visage birds.
And Raging Potato's gonna be really tanky. A cloak coming up. Is this gonna be like a Hood of Defiance just to help him out against the Ember and the Necro?
Yeah, they could go for it.
Hold that thought. Bottom lane, Ben-Hur in some trouble, has a Boundless Strike, they get a bash. Gonna juke it, orbiting forward. Oh, they actually get the Hex up, so he will not get that ult. But Ben-Hur could actually think about turning back in. Now he's gonna pop the ult, but no, the Shackle actually will be cancelled by the Void. And actually he's gonna get out, but it looks like RR will die to Jules. Jules is angry, Batman is angry. You don't mess with someone in the night like that. Especially during the Ghost Month. And now with the Reaper Scythe as well, Lumic will die. And James, oh, he's gonna just TP out straight away. Very good rotation and HappyFeet. Is this the same HappyFeet we saw like before TI?
I think, yeah, it's most of them, I think.
But they're looking really solid right now. I'm not kidding, they're looking really good. So, there we go, and get some chip damage onto the tier 1 tower. Haven't seen Bloodseeker get active yet with the Rupture. Ember Spirit's just happy to jungle.
They do have the kill advantage, but the CS difference is quite major here. The Bloodseeker and the Visage both having 60 plus CS at 10-minute mark, where the next highest is the 40 mark from Necro and the MK, so it's quite a big gap. Not only that, but the Ember CS comes normally from the jungle creeps, since he's been forced to leave the lane against the Visage, which means his XP would be quite bad in that scenario.
So now, Ben-Hur and Jesse Vash, they will smoke up, looking to get active, find some kills perhaps on the Visage, or maybe even the Spirit Breaker if he happens to walk their way. But I don't think they have enough damage to kill the Spirit Breaker. Now they want to go into Raging Potato with that Arcane Rune. Oh, they're gonna pop it. And Raging Potato, is he dead? Boundless Strike, do they have the lift? Using all the remnants, but not gonna be enough. Actually, no, he still has one more. He's going for Raging Potato. He really wants to kill Slatterfist, will secure him to kill. Maybe try to go into Lumic, the Hex up, around the tower and the Monkey King. But he has a Jingle Mastery proc, so he's gonna actually be fine. Blood Rite coming out, might even land to 2 heroes, and that's gonna be sick damage. 1 down, make it 2. So it's gonna be a 3-for-2 trade, and alright, sick stuff. And once again, somehow, HappyFeet is coming out on top.
Yep. These fights are favoring them. They are using numbers normally for it, but they're normally the first ones to engage in battle, so they tend to get the first kill before the rotations come by. And HappyFeet also taking the bottom tower at the same time, which is very big for them, since they don't have an actual real sieger from their lineup. Most of their heroes don't siege fast, and they're not very flexible in terms of sieging. If one of them shows, they can just kind of burst them down with the Visage, their speed, the Puck, the Rupture. So them getting early towers here is a big factor. It means they can get into the enemy jungle, get some deep wards, see enemy rotations, and especially when it becomes nighttime, it'll be a lot easier to play than it is for Execration here. Execration just really needs to start fighting in their terms, where they can bring numbers, get a kill, push towers with Serpent Wards or the Visage familiars. But that hasn't been happening because HappyFeet is the one setting the pace of the game currently.
It's all about asserting dominance in this game, and still, you know, James building his way towards that Veiled Discord. That's probably going to help them out a bit more, encourage them to get to starting these fights, like you said. And okay, but how would you itemize on this carry Monkey King, by the way? I'm just curious, because we rarely see this. I think maybe it pops you go for like that Echo Saber Deso. Sometimes you see the Shadow Blade come up, but no, so far Ben-Hur hasn't shown anything. He's just going for an Aquila.
I mean, it's a tough choice here. He kind of just needs to tank up a little bit against this kind of lineup. He will do damage regardless. I think Echo Saber is still okay, but the thing is, he doesn't have that head start that normally MKs have when they are currently picked. So we might not see it this game.
Bottom lane, they want to go into Jesse Vash. That's a sick amount of damage. James is still there. Jules. Alright, the coil gonna be used with the Reaper side. Will it be enough? Oh, actually, no. The Hooded Defiant Spell Shield is actually gonna save him. Serpent Wards over the backline. Boundless Strike going on to the Spirit Breaker right now. He's gonna be caught inside a Rupture. Who's it used on, actually? Monkey King? I'm not even sure, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. Serpent was doing quite a fair bit of damage. Do they ult forward? And Yash actually in some trouble. The Soul Assumption actually will get the kill. And now they're going to try and kill the birds off. But Raging Potato, this guy is just too tanky. You don't want to mess with that guy. And now coming in with the leap.
A little bit of miss
over the back line, and actually will kill the Necrophos. Boundless Strike onto 2 heroes. They need to kill them off here, right now. But actually going to Ben-Hur. They might even just get the kill instead. That's going to be 4 heroes down. Can he get the team wipe? Jules is back into the party. He's going to TP right in. He wants to get the kill. He's going to find James. But looks like the bird has vision on Jesse Vash. Can he try to kill him off here?
Has no mana.
Oh, they can kill him off in here. Jules. Remnant back in, and it looks like they will find his pesky visage and finally kill him off after what seems like pretty much the whole game. And alright. How many kills was that?
No.
Was that like what, 4 for
4 or 5?
Yeah, I lost count.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that was a 4 for 4 trade.
On top of that.
That was a 4 for 4 trade. That was some really aggressive Dota happening right there.
Yeah, I felt XctN actually was leading that fight at the start, but then they just overcommitted past the tier 1 tower, and return kills came when the Night Stalker and Ember TP'd back in after they revived, so a little too aggressive from XctN after that head start in that fight. And the thing is, they also didn't get any towers there with that, and they lost the Visage Familiars on top of that too, so not the fight they wanted. That's for sure. And now it looks like Ember picked up a Boots of Travel here, so he can split the lanes out and come to the fights without actually being there from the start.
And he's actually looking to go into some just basic stat items first. He did quick
middle lane here.
So, do they want to go for a kill here? Actually, no, just going to get some chip damage onto the tower. The charge is coming in. They put down the Serpent wards, and he's actually going to cancel the charge. Just taking care of the wards. They're actually going to feed some gold away. The Monkey King can take care of those quite easily.
Yeah, this is a little odd.
Over the back line, getting a Hex onto Jules. Can they kill him off here using the coil and the shackle? They push him away. And now there's a big Monkey King ult. Catching everyone inside with the remnants forward. Actually, we'll get the chains onto RR. And with this, okay, nice Reaper Scythe on the support. And Raging Potato caught out. Looks like HappyFeet. They're going to find 2 for 1 trade. And with the Blood Right, they will actually take care of the Monkey King as well. So Ben-Hur down. Fighting under the Shrine. Not the smartest idea. Ruptured Necrophos has the Death Pulse. Alright, healing up, healing up. Can't really TP out of this. It looks like he's just going to die here into the Blood Right all the way to James. And they're going to on the hunt for Yash. They know that he doesn't have a remnant anymore. And they're going to keep on chasing. Going for the charge forward. Should be able to find a kill onto Yash. 3 for 2 trade already.
Does have Searings. Oh, it does not Searings.
Oh, he doesn't have the mana for it as well. Oh, he's just kidding it. Alright, so there we go. Once again, a huge exchange. These guys are just duking it out every single time. And neither side are just giving in. 2 for 4 trade. HappyFeet did not profit from that at all.
Yeah, I mean, they did overcommit. They dove the tier 1 tower. The MK ulti was good and all, but the rest of the team can't back him up as quick as he can jump in, so might have been a little bit of a miscommunication coming from the HappyFeet side. But obviously XctN happy with that. They did utilize the wards, didn't really get a tower, but the wards will be up soon, and they'll probably take another fight as soon as they have that up. They need to get some tier 1 towers. They have the top one, but mid and bottom kind of lowish, so...
Oh, top lane, Jules is some trouble. He's really taking the charge and the Nether Strike. They hex him up. Do they have the... Oh, won't get in range for the shackle. Jules is really fat. He's actually able to afford his Solar Crest already. Considering this is his position for, like... You know, this is a roaming support. He's more farm than your Monkey King. And I also wanted to point out, like, was it a smart idea for, you know, considering like they fought into the Wukong's command, it gives them +8 armor, but still, they managed to win that fight. Do you think he needs level 2's Wukong's command to make a bigger impact in the next fight, the next time they dive towers again?
Well, the thing is, the armor's not really an issue for XctN's lineup, because most of the damage is magical here. They have the Puck with Veil, they have the Rasta's Fork, Visage Soul Assumption, so... The Wukong ulti
top lane, they want to go here onto the Spirit Breaker. Lumik, the chains up, nowhere to run, and he will die to Yash. Oh, they actually managed to cancel the TP, and he gets the Jingu Mastery proc. So Echo Saber on the way.
Middle lane though, getting pushed.
Yep, so they get a free tier 1 tower.
Yep. Not too shabby. But top lane here might get pushed by the HappyFeet side. They do have TPs up soon, 10 seconds they revive, so they should contest this. In the meanwhile, Jesse Vash is getting those deep wards now to spot Shrine TPs in case they do defend that tower through the Shrine. And also in the middle lane is also getting pushed at the same time. So you got 2 tier 1 towers being pressured. At top lane though,
yeah, Lumic charging in. If they were just a bit quicker. Wait, what did Jesse Vash steal? Why does he have... Okay, it just expired. And James playing inside the trees. Do they want to try and find them? They know he orbed forward. Do they actually get... Oh wow, he's going for this. But he doesn't have the mana anymore. He has to know that James just blinked further north. And alright, so you change just to check. And the Radiant side will actually get a free tier 1 tower for absolutely nothing. And now they want to go do the Roshan with the Serpent Wards and the Solar Crest. They can actually do this really quickly as well.
Yep, they do have the Solar Crest, and there's also a, we didn't talk about this, a Halberd pickup from the Bloodseeker, which will be very effective against this MK.
So out of curiosity, if you disarm the Monkey King and he uses his ult, do you still take damage?
From the ulti itself, yeah, he should. It won't, I don't think, stop him from attacking with his ulti, I don't think. Although, all the other item effects also go with it. But I really doubt that you can stop MK's ulti with the Halberd before he actually triggers it.
Because if you could, that'd be actually like an even bigger reason to get the Halberd.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a game changer right there.
Alright, so 15 to 19. One heck of an active game here that we have, Darcy. So, is this going according to anyone's game plan, or do you feel like maybe a particular team, like maybe XctN, they need to step things up? Because I haven't seen many Visage cores, so I'm not sure if like what's this hero's late game potential.
Oh, it's very strong. If you build it the right way and you go either AC or Shivers towards the later stages, then he still does a massive amount of damage since his talents scale very well. He's got the 50 damage talent at 15, he's got the double Soul Assumption, double Strike at 20. Oh, so he still, throughout the whole game, does a lot of damage, either magical and physical too. Top lane though.
Yep, they want to try to get the Hex onto Ben Hill, but now the double Searing Chain's coming out. Oh, Boundless Strike. And actually, they will find one, they'll find the second as well. So double kill for Yash, and that makes up for basically his lackluster laning phase. He's already earned back way more. And they're about to go for a bit more. They want to go into Raging Potato perhaps. Actually, Jesse Vash charging forward. They're saying, let's go! And they were going to follow the Visage as well. Bloodseeker coming in, maybe the Rupture Belt right onto Jules. He has to run away. They coil into 2, making sure they can't run away from James. And they've definitely overextended one more time. It's going to be 2 kills, 2 for 2 trade. And they want to go for Ben Hill, maybe find one more. But that Boundless Strike damage, Reaper Scythe, and actually not the turnaround. They will find Raging Potato at long last. They want to go into the Bloodseeker, going in for the Remnant. And actually, they should be able to kill him off here. They have a change in a fair bit, but he's actually going to run this one now. Popping 7 wards and fighting under. Looks like they want to go for Yash. Right clicks away, but the Flame Guard's doing too much damage with the Nether Strike. They will actually end up killing Yash. Now going for the back for a bit more. Go to try and kill this Necrophos. I think they should be able to kill him off. Yep, this will be a huge overextension. Boundless Strike will not be able to save his teammate, and Ben-Hur will have to leap away to save the TP out. Do they have something to cancel it? No, they do not. But alright. 4 for 1 trade.
Fight still.
Just to kill Raging Potato. Yep. Not worth the investment of so many heroes.
It's really interesting to see Raging Potato playing the Visage, because he doesn't even use the birds. Like, he had one bird which was on the top left corner over here, and it was AFK there because he was running it away from the MK. But he was just fighting with his hero, and he could have resummoned this bird, but he just fought with his hero. He didn't even care. And in the end, they still won the fight there. They committed so much to kill the Visage that the rest of the team did so much damage, such as the Bloodseeker and the Puck and whatnot. So they just have so much magical damage. I feel like the only way HappyFeet can fight is if they grab some BKB somehow, but they don't really have a natural BKB hero aside from the MK, and the MK is not nearly as fat enough to actually buy one before you get some damage items. So that's going to be a big problem for HappyFeet in the next few fights. If they can't fight into them with this kind of lineup, how do they approach this game? Well, they're going for another fight. They might try to do a wraparound, get a good start by killing the supports at the beginning of the fight.
They might be able to. They don't have the Visage in the area. The Visage is all the way back in their jungle.
Right.
Going for the flank around now. They found RR, but the Hex, very quick reflexes. Blood Right going in. Double Searing Chains, perhaps the Rupture onto the Ember Spirit. You said that this is not going to affect him, and it's already showing. Now the core onto 3 heroes actually make it 4. Can he kill him off here? Actually, kill the Bloodseeker, popping the Aegis, and Spirit Breaker kind of caught. Oh, actually silenced up. Won't be able to get his spells off. It's going to be 3 heroes down, and that counts the Aegis. Now they might be able to kill the Bloodseeker off the second time. Reapers have to keep him in place. He's going to Manta Style dodge it out, but the Blood Rat's going to be there doing some damage, but it's okay. He will die anyways. So big stuff, great smoke. It looks like they may even find a 4th, and that'll be the Puck. Oh dear, the Puck. Oh, Searing Chains missed, but the Ballon Strike's gonna be there, hunting the Knight for vision, and they will find 4 heroes, making it 5 for the kill count just because they burnt out the Aegis as well. So HappyFeet on fire.
A very scrappy fight, mainly because Raging Potato isn't even there. I'm surprised they decided to push top without having the Visage there, and the Visage was actually showing at middle, hitting creeps, so HappyFeet knew all along that the Visage couldn't get to the fight here, so a smart call from HappyFeet, whoever made that call, to take a fight they knew they could take. Also securing a tier 1 tower on top of that.
So there was a comfortable gold advantage for XctN, but now that's slowly disappearing. For those of you who are just starting to tune in, XctN's on the Radiant side and HappyFeet on the Dire. So, alright, RR, with Invis Rune, they could be looking to make some plays. Visage just picked up his Aghanim Scepter. Alright, there we go. So now he has the triple birds, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, they go for a Hex. They found a very tasty target. Necrophos used up into the air. They did have one way to get him out. The Ghost Shroud's going to be there so he doesn't take that much damage. Soul Assumption going to be used into Jesse Vash. Half his HP gone. Birds flying in, but already James goes down. And Raging Potato getting return kill to Jesse Vash. It looks like Raging Potato is going to pay for it of his life. And that's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. And they get the Serpent Wards as well. Plenty of gold. And for the first time in this game, HappyFeet have the net worth advantage.
Yeah, they just keep getting caught by numbers. I mean, they did start the fight with the Raster and whatnot, but there was only about 3 heroes there at the start of that fight, and there was a shrine right next to the guy who got caught, who ended up buying so much time with the Yules. They all TP'd in, and they turned the fight so easily that way. And now this is going to rotate in a tier 2 tower potentially here. There are pings coming out that do want to defend this tier 2. But again, HappyFeet slowly getting ahead. They already negated the gap gold lead from XctN's side, and they're quite ahead in the XP as well. 4k. Looks like they're TPing in. They have more wards and 1 more ward and 2 sentries, which they might be putting it aggressively soon if they get into their enemy jungle. But this game, there's no real dictator in this game. A lot of it really comes down to who starts the fight, who gets the right targets, can they burst one guy down quick enough, depending on which team is jumping. And I mean, the Necro at this point just really needs to tank up, because he's going to be the main factor towards the later stages of the game for HappyFeet. If he can survive and get a key hero kill with his ultimate and keep healing his teammates, then it'll be very hard for the XctN side to keep fighting in a long extended fight.
Meanwhile, Yash just breaking the enemy smoke. He saw the Shadow Shaman who went to place a deep ward. And alright, so now he just TP straight to the bottom lane, trying to get the tier 2 tower. They use the scan, they know where they are. They already shown themselves mid, and once again the same story, going into the Necrophos again. Ghost Shroud into the middle of the Serpent Wards. He doesn't really take any damage from that. But now, oh, the Spirit's forward, they find one! It looks like they will find the second as well. And Necro will finally die, but looks like the Spirit Breaker Lumic at the backline getting picked off. So 3-for-1, making it a 4-for-1 soon after Raging Potato dies. It's surrounded by all these HappyFeet heroes. Never underestimate HappyFeet players. And now, there we go, the 3 birds. Can he kill them off right there? Yep, Jules, he's gonna find one. Actually, no, the triple stuns.
Yep, and like, again, what happened is they try to go on the Necro. He heals himself, buys time, keeps healing up. They do rupture him. They commit so much on the Necro. They do end up killing him, but then there's Ember, there's Nightstalker, there's MK. All these heroes also do damage, especially since, like, for example, Nightstalker is so fat. He has the Blade Mail, he has Solar Crest. He can actually kill core heroes such as the Puck on his own as well. So it's a fight now where it dictates XctN to actually burst the hero, and if they cannot, then they'll end up losing the fight.
Bottom lane. Oh, they tried to go into the Ember Spirit, but because he has a Linken's, there's no way to kill him. And he's going for a Radiant soon. The Radiance is going to start messing around with the Bloodseeker even more. Considering like he's also still trying to farm. This is basically the race for the Radiance. Who's going to get the Radiance first?
And as you said, Shadowblade picked up as well. They have the Shadowblade, the Echo Saber, your typical MK items. He's not too far off Deso as well, which will be crazy amount of damage as well in the next fight when he has it. And at the same time, we see an Aghanims being built up from the Night Stalker, who's only 2 pieces away. And I think in general, just HappyFeet are starting to get all the items they require to win in the mid-game fights, especially for the fights around Roshan, since they can utilize the Wukong's commands to get that positioning advantage there.
And Ben-Hur is going to build his way into a Deso. He's actually decently close. 700 about, yeah, just about like 1,000 gold more. And okay. At the same time, Bloodseeker still, he's quite close to his Radiant in his own way. He's 1,000 gold away to the Relic. Could be the next big item to try and turn things around. Oh, hold on, the birds.
And birds, all 3 of them died.
Oh snap!
That's a lot of gold. And is it even up? No, it's off cooldowns. Sorry, it's on cooldown. Yeah, well, now he's just a little sack Visage. He doesn't really do too much now.
But middle lane, they want to try and kill Yash using the coil as well. But Yash, popping the Hex. Ooh, nice job to pop the Linken's with the charge. And another strike, he will actually end up going down. So really nice teamwork coming out here from XctN, showing that, hey, you can't just split push the lane freely.
Yep. Need to respect. They do have a lot of catch here. They do have Spirit Break, they have Puck, they have the Rust. All these heroes can start the fight on Ember. Obviously he has the Linken's, but you can never be too careful here. And now Roshan now. A Roshan attempt by XctN. They will take it extremely fast. They do have the Blood Rage, they have the Serpent Woods, obviously the Solar Crest from the Visage, so a crucial pick here that dictated the Roshan.
Alright, so Raging Potato will pick up the Aegis one more time. Pipe, Solar Crest, Aghanims. What's his next item? Boots of Travel, making him just a bit more mobile. Across the map, and I'm waiting to see this Monkey King get more involved. I want to see that Deso up on him ASAP so that we can see him making some big plays.
Well, the game is just going ups and downs. First, HappyFeet looked like they were struggling a bit, then they started getting a few good fights, and now the Ember got picked off, and now XctN got the Roshan off that pick off, so the game is pretty even once again. The Visage has his birds resummon, and he has the Aegis on top of that, so they might be going for that tier 2 at middle here, which is extremely low already, so it should be a pretty easy tower, unless HappyFeet thinks they can actually contest this and fight into the Aegis here, but looks like they won't go for it. Ooh, the birds might die again though. No.
It's close.
That would have been
really
extremely
close.
sad.
Anyways,
one strike almost killed them all.
Just completed his death, so can you imagine if he gets one more item, say like a Basher or even like a BKB? He's definitely going to one hit.
BKB now.
He actually went for the 275.
BKB.
He actually went for the 275 health. I thought he would go for the extra mastery damage. That would definitely would have killed off all those birds. Because I remember I've seen it before, like for sure. So anyways, getting the blood right out. Atos just to keep the Bloodseeker in place.
He does have the cheese though now.
He actually went for BKB. Yeah, he didn't go for the Radiance in the end. They know the Jules is in the trees. They've pinged him out. They have a ward there. They want to chase him. Another strike keeping him inside the blood right. And now the Searing Chain's connecting only onto the Shadow Shaman. But the Rupture, they're actually going to break the Linken's. And using their BKB, he's going to chase after the Necrophos. Will not be able to get the Ghost Shot off. Yes, he will finally proc it off. He'll steps up into the air, getting the slow. But Jesse Fash will end up dying. So 3 heroes down. And this could be the big opening for XctN to actually go high ground. None of these heroes on HappyFeet have buyback. And they even get the courier slam on James.
Looks like the Wukong's not safe as well.
Yep.
Forcing him to Shadowblade out. And this is going to be a free Rax here.
He'll steps up into the air, chopping him to the blood right. Actually, no, gonna miss the silence. Gonna find under the shrine, but the Hex onto the Monkey King. They're just gonna kill him off right there, right now. And then it'll be the full team wipe as Yash goes down as well. And they're gonna take a full lane of barracks, maybe even 2. What is happening, Darcy? XctN out of... They were behind, and next thing you know, these guys are about to take even 3 lanes of melee barracks, perhaps.
What's that meme? It's like 3-2-2-6-4-4 or something. I think this game really sums that up. I mean,
GG.
They call it. This was such a really weird game. It felt like at the start, XctN was really ahead in terms of laning, and then all of a sudden, HappyFeet rotations was just owning them. And then all of a sudden, one pickoff from Ember gave him Rosh, and then the game ended after 1 fight. That's absurd.
I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing here. Like, I did not expect XctN to take that game 1. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that was only game 1 of our Filipino standoff between XctN and HappyFeet. So before we get into game 2, Darcy, any final thoughts?
I think both teams just need to be a little more relaxed. They need to really think about how far they can dive and their extent of the powers that they can dive, because a lot of the time they take a fight, this goes for both teams as well. They win a fight at the start and then they just overcommit, dive a tower, and then they die, and then the fights just turn badly after that. So I believe both teams just need to relax a little bit and just decide and judge better these fights. And we should be seeing a more stable game next, I believe. Obviously I don't know for sure, but
this was stable enough for you, dude?
More.
I mean,
definitely not.
You can't complain, dude. That was a really entertaining game to cast.
It was definitely an entertaining game, no doubt about it. But there's just too many mistakes from both teams that decided, even if someone was ahead, it didn't decide the game. They couldn't escalate and just play it slowly. They just kind of kept fighting. Obviously, as casters in an outside point of view, it was very cool to see. But it's just not really a game I really enjoyed personally.
No problem. But okay, Darcy, hopefully we'll see something a bit more stable, something more to your liking in game 2. This is only game 1 of our beloved Filipino standoff here. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hades, this is Godot. You can find us at hades.tv and go.au. We'll see you guys with game 2 shortly, don't go anywhere.